Well, Brendan, I imagine an incredibly disappointing night for you to see what happened there out on the pitch. How do you start to unpick it?
It's very easy to analyse, Laura. I think we, as a game, have made so many mistakes, and you can't afford to do that. You know, the goals that we conceded, uncharacteristic in all fairness, but it's a period of the season where you need to be super concentrated. You know, you're towards the end, you're very close to achieving what it is you want to achieve. But we lack concentration, and if you do that against good teams with good players, they'll punish you, and that's what happened. I'm proud of the players because they kept going. Sometimes the teams can start throwing their arms about and blaming each other. We kept going right to the very end. We scored 2 goals, and over the course of the 90 minutes, we could have had 4 or 5 goals ourselves. But yeah, it's just too many mistakes, especially without the ball, and then with the ball we weren't as clean as what we could have been.
You'd said about the Saints game that it was so important today to fix that slow start. And you talk about the concentration not being quite there. Why do you think that is?
It's young players. I just think that, like I say, you see the first goal, it's a pure mistake. You know, you're playing against good players. You know, we have that time to relax and Cruyff out of a situation. It doesn't happen. And there was other mistakes also. So it's football. It's what happens, and when you get young players, that will happen. And but thankfully, I've got a very honest group of players, and bitterly disappointed. But we have to stay together and go again on Tuesday.
How disruptive was it that Jonny Evans had to pull out the game late on?
Well, very. I've always said he's the brain in our defensive line. He's a great talker, and with Kagler and Wesley, they're both individual, fantastic talents. Especially Wesley for 20 years of age. I thought he was immense this evening. But Johnny's the brain in there, and he organises them. So for him to come out just before we came out, it was obviously a big blow for us.
Will this create a kind of shock that you've got your games to come in the Premier League, 3 more to come? How do you kind of move on from a shock, or how it feels like a shock perhaps from this?
Yeah, I don't really see it as a shock, as a disappointment. You have to give respect to Newcastle. They look very good in counter-attack. I said before the game we would have to defend well. They get really, really good players that can hurt you, and they punished our mistakes. So I don't think it was so much a shock. We're just disappointed with the goals we gave away, and we'll just do what we've always done when we've lost a game or had a disappointing performance. We have to go away and recover and analyse where we can be better. And there's no greater place to go. Either next game at Manchester United, and we 3 really tough games to come, but all against teams that we have beaten over the course of the season so far.
You said before the game it was a big opportunity today. Does it change the way that you look at those remaining fixtures at all? No,
only in the fact that we're still in a really good position. Everything's in our hands, and you're always happy when that is the case. So we can't have any complaints. It's you have to win games to arrive where it is you want to by the end of the season. But in order to do that and get results, you've got to be able to have good performances. And tonight our performance just wasn't quite to the level.